Hello and welcome to a new episode of Team Talk ahead of the 12th stage of the season here in Valkenswaard. That marks 12 out of 15, so only 4 stages to go in the regular 2022 Global Champions League season. If you watched London, you have seen that Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M, have lost their 30-point lead, and that got reduced to just 7 points over Berlin Eagles, powered by Fundisserijsport. We'll talk much more during the broadcast about that lead and about that battle for the championship that also now includes the Shanghai Swans. But we also have to look at the battle for top 4, and for that battle we have got a lot of guests lined up for you. My first guest in this episode of Team Talk is Marlon Zanottelli, who rides for Shanghai Swans, a team that has just moved up into the top 4 and currently sits in 3rd place. Marlon, take me back to the moment you were signed for Shanghai Swans. Did they give you any idea about their ambition at that point? Where did they want to finish?
Well, Max called me to talk if I had a possibility to come into the team. For me, it was a great opportunity. I think they have a very strong team, and like he said, they wanted to do the best that they could, but their aim is to finish on 1st place after the end of the season.
Max called you with the ambition to win the championship, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we have in mind. But of course, we know how difficult it is and how tough the sport is now. But already, our plan last week was to try to move up to this top 3, and we are there now. So keep fighting for those points.
Quickly have to cheat a little bit. You are, 32 points behind on the championship leader. Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M. Of course, they were 30 points ahead of Berlin Eagles last week as well, and that has dropped down to 7th. Do you think it's realistic to have that ambition to win the championship at this point, 4 stages to go?
I mean, everything is realistic. You know how it changes quick here in the scenarios. If we win, keeps going with the good mood that we're doing now. Like last week was very good. In Paris, we did actually very good. We were just 1 down from winning the class. So I think we keep that, and we still have a chance. Of course, depends on results from other riders and other.
That was quick, by the way.
Reflex. So depending on the results from the other teams, but we have to do our part, focus on our results, try to jump double clears, and then hopefully it works.
It's a little bit of a bizarre situation because Max Kühner and Aalman are in good form and their horses are in good form. They've got one of the world's best riders, you're going to say no, but one of the world's best riders sitting on the bench. Would you be willing to give up your place on the team if that would give them the championship and to keep Kühner and Aalman going?
Of course, I mean, that's the idea of the team, is to be there to support. Like last week was a tough decision for them to let me out with Edgar on the 2nd round. I told them the 1st round my horse was a bit green yet. Them 2 horses are definitely the most experienced ones. But on the 2nd round was difficult between all those 3 horses and 3 combinations, and we played the game and worked out very good. I think we still did a fantastic result, and it's the same here. I think the most important is the communication in the team, and I think they do that very well. So here we already have a little bit of a plan, and we know which horses are coming. I think that's what makes this team very strong, is when the riders are there to support the team and with the best horses they can.
Okay, you've got a plan. Tell me about that plan here in Valkenswaard.
Well, I know my plan. I'm starting Harwich on the big class the 1st day. He's a fantastic horse from VDL by Arezzo. He just came from jumping in Hickstead on that big grass field. He was double clear in 4 Nations Cup, 3rd in the Grand Prix, double clear in the Grand Prix. It's a horse who jumps a lot of clear rounds. It's a very safe horse, not the quickest. So we're going to use him on the 1st round, which the time in the end, it doesn't really matter so much. And like Max said, he has a bit of a greener horse. He wants me to jump the team this time with Christian. We see if that's still the plan once they are here, but yeah, normally that's the plan, and then the 2nd day we will see how the other horses are jumping and take a decision from there.
Right, sounds like a very good plan. That is the plan of Shanghai Swans, including Marlon Zanottelli, who will be on that team that is not only trying to push others away from the top 4, but themselves trying to overtake Berlin Eagles and maybe even Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M for the championship, which is only 4 rounds still to go.
For the people who don't know you, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm 27 years old. I was doing the Global a couple of years ago. Always had good owners, but horses get sold. Now lucky enough to be back.
So Globus is not totally unknown for you, right? Can you tell us more about it?
No, it's true. The first year the teams were out, when the GCL started actually, I was in. So under 25 at that time. and I did it for 2 years. Yeah, no, a couple of years not. No.
So with who did you compete with? Who were your teammates?
The first year I was in the Kant Stars, which was with Bosti and Marco Kutscher and Roosje Brouwer. Was only 4 in that team that time.
How do you look back at that year in the Globals?
Well, it was a fantastic experience for me. I remember flying to Miami, which was my first global, my first 5-star. I think the first time ever I was in a plane. It was a lot together for me. It was a really nice year. A lot of experience. Actually some nice results as well in the GCL. So yeah, nice.
So now 5 years later,
yeah,
you're back in the Globals.
Yes, yes. Haven't been quiet in those 5 years, obviously, but not in the global. Well, we'll be back and hope to do well.
So now Hamburg Giants.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough that I can be part of the Hamburg Giants still this season. Got a new sponsor with new horses, and I could start in straight away. It's obviously a really nice opportunity, so you take it with 2 hands and try to make the best of it.
It has been a roller coaster for Hamburg Giant this season. Also, if we look at the result, but also what happened with Bart Bless. Yeah. How is it for you to be part of this team now?
Well, it's for me something really nice that I can be back in the Global Champions Tour. Then straight away in a good team with good horses that have experience. So the opportunity is really unique. I hope I will do good and that we can have some good results still this season.
If we talk about ambitions, what ambition do you have in the team?
Well, I will do my very, very best every time again and try to make the best of it. It's maybe not too easy. I have these horses for 6 weeks now, which is not so long. They're experienced and I'm experienced enough, so it should be okay. But it's obviously different than when you have a horse longer term. But we will try. Talking about horsepower,
what can you tell us about your horses?
I got 6 from this sponsor. I brought here Crisscross and El Rocco for the 5-star. There are 2 experienced horses. I have a good feeling on them. They both did 2 shows with me, which felt good. So I picked those 2. And El Rocco, well known. He's 13 years old, so he has quite a bit of experience in this level. I did 2 shows before with him. Felt good. Felt good yesterday at home, today here. We'll see tomorrow.
Can you tell us a bit more about his character?
He's quite special. He feels quite relaxed today, but he can be quickly afraid from sound or people quickly to moving or whatever. Quite sensitive in his way. That's what I felt till now. But the jumping is good. So
what can we expect from you this weekend?
I expect not too much. That I will try my best and that I have some nice, good horses. And then I hope I will be good.
Are you nervous entering the ring, this arena, or how can you describe it?
Yeah, I can't say I'm very nervous, but obviously you feel a little bit, there are people around you, you feel that on your shoulders, you want to do good. For sure, I always want to do good, but here it's like home. There are so many people coming to watch here Friday and Saturday that you know very well. You really want to show them what you have. Then for me, with the new sponsor, new position, yeah, obviously you want to show your best side.
So you're ready for this weekend?
I hope so. It feels like I am.
Last guest on this episode of Team Talk is Nal Nassar, who is going to make his first appearance on the team this season.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'll be jumping Condé tomorrow, so it's nice to get the season rolling finally.
Yeah, because it feels like they need a little bit of your support. You had great results in 2021. Were a great supporter or great support for the team. Last week in London started really well, ended maybe it's like disappointing. If you talk with your team members, what's the ambition at this point? What's the feeling? What's the goal you think at this point with 4 stages still to go?
I think we're at 4 stages left, only 13-point gap to 4th place. So realistically, I think that's a fair goal for us to set for ourselves. I mean, as you mentioned, the season hasn't been particularly smooth sailing, but it also hasn't been terrible. You know, just unlucky 4s here and there, 1 bad round sprinkled in. But you know, we're still within touching distance of that top 4 finish that we kind of set out to start the year out with, and hopefully we'll be able to get there.
There's a lot of new horses in your string. We've been following you over social media. A lot of new horses. Is there any new horse that you're bringing here, or who are we going to see here with Niall Nassar?
I'll be riding Condé this week. This is probably a newer horse for you guys on GCL that you haven't seen yet. We acquired him kind of towards the latter end of the Florida circuit this year. He's been a super horse. I've only jumped a couple of bigger Grand Prix on him. I'd say he's more slated into those 150-55 classes, but a very competitive horse, a true fighter in the ring. So hopefully he comes out and does his job this week.
And can you give me any idea of who is going to start in round 1 and what might be the plan or option for round 2?
I think Dara is probably going to start in round 1, and Ben is going to jump his newer horse in that class, just not on the team. And then depending on how the horses go, we'll adjust for round 2.
All right. To your feeling, to Rob Hoekstra's feeling, do these horses, do you think they fit this ring? Is this a ring that would suit them? Do you feel like you've got a team that can put out a good result here?
I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, the ring here jumps incredibly well. You know, for a grass field, it seems like most horses are very comfortable on it. We have 3 experienced riders here, so hopefully we can get the job done.
All right, thank you very much, and thanks for talking to us. That was Niall Nassar, that was also Kevin Jochems, and that was also the chat with Maron Zanotelli. This was Team Talk, and don't forget, this is a Friday-Saturday event here in Valkenswaard on GCTV. First round on Friday, second round on Saturday, of course. Global Champions League, stage 12. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.